House Republicans fail once again as they pass aid to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video. Today, it is time to talk about the chaos that is unfolding in the House of Representatives because House Republicans once again failed, but this could arguably be the most pathetic embarrassment they have suffered, as they are the reason more foreign aid to Ukraine has passed. Yeah, remember when these clowns promised, we're going to bring back fiscal responsibility, we're going to stop with the blank checks? Remember that promise? They broke their promise to the American people. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and yeah. Now let us get into it because this is just pathetic. I mean, I thought we were done giving Ukraine tens of billions of dollars in aid, and I thought at the bare minimum, we would get some kind of border security out of it. Not only did we get nothing out of it, we gave Ukraine like $60 billion. So let's get into it. The House on Saturday passed a $95 billion package that includes two long-awaited bills with $61 billion of Ukraine aid and $26 billion in aid to Israel. Yeah, we gave Ukraine just $61 billion. Honest question. Before we gave them an extra $61 billion, how much should we give Ukraine beforehand? Because giving them just $61 billion in its own right is insane. For context, the Russian military budget's like $75 billion or something. The point is, in one package, not including the other ones, we funded the Ukraine military as much as Russia spends each year on their military. Yeah. And we're not including what Biden has done. We're not including the prior packages. Hell, we're not including what European countries are given. So what's the point? Why are we giving Ukraine any more money? The Ukraine bill, which passed with 311 votes in favor, 112 votes against, and one present, will now head to the Senate alongside the Israel bill and two others, one with aid for Taiwan and another that forces TikTok's parent company to sell the platform. And this one was already passed like 3 months ago. I still don't get this one, but point is, this one's not important. The TikTok stuff, who cares? The rest of it, though, was pathetic. The only aid that makes any kind of sense here is Taiwan. Now, I'm not saying we should bankrupt ourselves, but for strategic purposes, it does make some kind of sense to give Taiwan some kind of aid, just for the simple fact that like 60% of the semiconductors in the world are made in Taiwan. Can you imagine for a second if China takes it over? That would not be good. We rely on Taiwan for semiconductors. Granted, we should be making it here, but right now, we rely on them for semiconductors. It would be insane to let Taiwan just get wiped off the face of the earth and let China take it over. Now, that doesn't mean give them $90 billion, but they gave them like $3 billion. That's fine. But the fact that we're giving Israel and Ukraine tens of millions of dollars is just insane. Lawmakers were seen waving Ukrainian flags and cheering upon the Ukraine bill's passage. And this right here is quite frankly the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. Think about that for a second. In the chambers of Congress, not outside the building, not, 50 miles away from the Capitol. No. Inside the chamber, you had mostly Democrats, but there were some Republicans waving Ukrainian flags. Think about that for a minute. They're waving the flag of a foreign country. That's the definition of America last. When was the last time you seen these same congressmen and women wave the American flag? Never. And I don't care if this was Russia. I don't care if it was a Israel flag. I don't care. No flag of a foreign country should be waved. in Congress. It shouldn't. There were 101 Republicans and 210 Democrats who voted in favor, while Representative Dan Mueser voted present. All 112 votes against it came from Republicans. Yeah. The majority of the Republican conference voted against the Ukraine aid. Remember the rule of the majority of the majority? Granted, it's an unofficial rule, but still. If the majority of your own conference doesn't support a bill, as a speaker, you're not supposed to take it to a floor vote. You're not supposed to. But Johnson, he just rammed it through. And he only got it through because every single Democrat voted in favor. The Israel bill passed 366 to 58, with 193 Republicans and 173 Democrats voting in favor. The passage of the bill comes weeks after the Senate passed a mammoth bill with aid for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, plus funding for border security. Speaker Mike Johnson refused to bring that bill to the floor, instead opting to pass 3 separate bills with aid for the 3 nations. You notice that part, though? The Senate passed a bill that included border security. Now, granted, it was a pretty shit bill, but at least they gave some kind of border funding, something. So, in fact, Mike Johnson's plan here of giving aid to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan resulted in less for Republicans. I mean, just think about that for a minute. We would have been better off passing the bill by the Senate, because at least that gave some kind of border funding. Like the bare minimum, but at least it's something. With Mike Johnson, he just gave up the last bit of leverage he had for any kind of border deal. Now, Democrats going to say, well, you have no leverage here. You have nothing to negotiate with. We got what we wanted, so we don't care. And that's the thing that infuriates me the most. Listen, I understand that this aid more than likely was going to pass. But did it really have to pass with $95 billion in total for 3 separate countries? Let alone with nothing for the border. If we would have gotten some kind of border deal out of this, like even just $10 billion or something, I would not be as furious as I am right now. And try to cut the foreign aid. I mean, you're telling me that we had to give them $95 billion? Just say, here's $50 billion, right? We cut it in half. And we get some kind of border deal. That should have been what Mike Johnson did. Instead, he just gave Democrats everything they wanted, while taking out the one part of the bill that we kind of wanted. Like, you know, it wasn't the best, but still better than what we got, which was nothing. I cannot believe that Republican leadership is this incompetent, that they couldn't even think 2 steps ahead. Because guess what? Any border deal is not going to happen. Like I said, Republicans have 0 leverage now. Because this was it. This was their last bit of leverage to say, if we get some kind of border funding, we will pass some kind of aid. Now they have nothing. Granted, McCarthy did screw us last year. I understand that. But this was it. This was your last chance to get some kind of deal. Now, the only way I see Democrats even considering supporting some kind of deal is if mass amnesty's passed. That's the reality of it. At this point in time, Mike Johnson might support it. I can't believe I'm saying that, but the more that I read about this, the more that I think that he's gonna pass something stupid just to get maybe like $2 billion in border funding or something. President Biden and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell lauded the House for passing the foreign aid bills on Saturday, with Biden saying in a statement that a bipartisan group of lawmakers voted to send a clear message about the power of American leadership on the world stage. In other words, you got screwed. Every American with this vote just got absolutely screwed over. Because while our border's a mess, and millions of illegals keep trying to swamp the border, despite all of that, these clowns care more about the border of Ukraine. Yeah, hell, you have Democrats now openly saying, yeah, the Ukrainian border is just as important as the American border. How is this good? How is this good that we have lawmakers like that running this country? And you notice every time there's bipartisanship now, it's usually trash. Bipartisanship can be good, but this wasn't good bipartisanship. This was just crap pushed by Democrats that many Republicans fell for. In a separate statement, McConnell said, "Today's action moves the critical national security supplemental one step closer to helping America and our friends meet the most dangerous array of threats in a generation." Yeah, I'm sure that this somehow helps America. Really? $100 billion to Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan? Listen, outside of Taiwan, and maybe you can make the argument of Israel, kind of. You could say maybe some kind of funding, whatever. Giving $100 billion to these countries does not help America at all. It doesn't. I mean, serious. How does funding Ukraine's endless war with Russia help America? And make some bull crap up of saying, well, actually, this money's going to replenish our military. Yeah, guess what? Those weapons you're going to replenish? In 5 weeks, you're going to send it over to Ukraine. And that's my biggest problem with this bill. If this was money that was going right towards the people of Ukraine, the civilians of Israel, etc., that's a different story. Like, okay, here's humanitarian assistance to help people in Israel, help people in Ukraine affected by the war. That's a different conversation. And most people would agree, yeah. If we send any type of foreign aid, it should be humanitarian. It should be meant for people that are suffering through these awful wars. I can understand that, though I would still say don't send $100 billion, but if it was like $5 billion, I don't think many people would be that mad. In fact, they would be fine with it. Like, okay, that's fine. Go help people that are suffering in a war in Ukraine. But that's not where this money's going towards. At least like 90% of it. This money is going towards killing Russians. That's the fact of it. This money is not going towards helping the people of Ukraine. No. It is being sent to Ukraine where they use the money, the weapons, whatever, to kill Russians. I don't care if you support Ukraine. I don't care if you support Russia. I don't support either. Frankly, I don't think this war should continue. I don't care who's the winner. Just end the war. This war's nonsensical. Too many innocents are dying. But even then, I just cannot believe our leaders care so much about sending hundreds of billions of dollars to foreign countries. It's just insane when we have so many problems here, and this isn't just one party. This clearly demonstrates this is both parties. This is bipartisanship. Both parties are screwing you by giving hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan. It doesn't matter who they send it to. It is virtually all wasted. We're never getting that money back. And these are the same people, mind you, that refuse to give Trump like $30 billion for a wall or something. It's like, really? You're the fiscally responsible party that supports sending $100 billion to foreign countries, but nothing to stop the invasion at the southern border? Really? Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed,